That was make it hurt.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome once again to the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live everywhere, particularly on the Facebook pages of my personal page, Douglas Bush Jr. The page is there. I'm live there now. I'm on the Big Time Show Facebook page, as well as the Big Time Show YouTube page as well. Before I get started, I want to just say hello to everybody. I'll speak to those individuals that have come on in just a second. Also, I'm on the Sports Empire Facebook and YouTube pages as well. I am on Twitter Live at Big Time Lou. Big Time Lou, you can get me there. I'm on Twitch now, live as well. Then, of course, after this show has been downloaded, those that are on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google Podcasts, LinkedIn, everywhere that you can get Spotify, everywhere that you can hear me, I am there as well. And thank you for downloading this particular episode of the Big Time Show podcast. Listen, if you're on Facebook, on my personal page, or the Big Time Show page as well. If you want to contribute to the podcast, you can use those stars. If you're on the YouTube page, the Big Time Show YouTube page, you can use the super chats that are there presently for you. I'm asking those that are in here, and I don't know who you are yet, for those that have made comments, listen, why don't you share this real quick, especially to Cowboy fans. Got a little interesting talk tonight where we can discuss this thing about this news that we heard earlier. No surprise, but it's worth talking about because it's big Cowboy news as far as I'm concerned. Let me speak to everybody real quick who's in the building, and then we'll go ahead and move. Also, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize the original home of the podcast, which is Podbean, and of course the second home, Sports Empire Network. But hello to all of my people there in Podbean land. Hello, Horpia. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I see Miss Ty in the building. What's going on? I see you over there. Then I have, I don't know exactly. Let me speak over here. I got a lot of comments here. Hey, yeah, I see you. Freddie, what's up? Drea Burns. James just got through his show. Appreciate you popping on. Know you got to be tired. Leanne Beats. If I'm not mistaken, that's the wife of my good friend Dylan Beats. Appreciate you working here, coming on. Freddie, please. Freddie Henderson cannot come on as usual. The answer is still no, sir. What's up? What's up from Marshall, Texas? Good, good, Mr. Burns. You right next to it. So let's talk real quick, cowboy talk, and then I'll let you go for your evening. Just in case you have not heard, it's already been kind of leaked out that the Cowboys, as expected, um, are going to let Tony Pollard play on the franchise tag this season. Really is not a surprise at all. It should not be. But there are some things that I think that I can pull up on that may kind of make you wonder why wouldn't they sign him? And I'll get into that in just a second. But before I do, I think Tony is really caught up in a bad time when it comes to running back. I think he's just a casualty of war. I believe that this is just a casualty of war right now that Tony is in. Because to be honest with you, when you look around free agency, when you look around running back, big name guys, the truth of the matter is nobody is getting paid as far as running backs go. Nobody. Saquon, who I believe everybody's waiting on just to see what his value is, and then guys would go ahead and probably fall in right after Saquon gets paid. But Saquon has not gotten paid, and nobody wants to get ahead of him because I think that the most value for the running back position this season probably will be Saquon Barkley this year. If you ask me, he has the most leverage. His running, of course, was great last year, but the way he catches the ball out of the backfield, I don't know how many receptions he had. It had been right over 70, I believe, over 70 catches out of the backfield, and it maybe more than that. And the Giants know that they cannot win, without him. They know that. If they really talking about, last year they made the playoffs just with, Saquon being the absolute dude on the team. They know that they can't go nowhere if Saquon is not there. So if they're really serious about making a push this year, building off the playoff season that they had this year, Saquon has the leverage to kind of put a little pressure on them. Dalvin Cook, Tony Pollard, other running backs as well, Josh Jacobs. These guys are all these guys are in the same boat. They're just waiting and trying to see, number one, and you can't blame them, how much they can get, how much can they, get for a yearly salary basis to play. You really can't blame the brothers. I mean, you can't, because of the way the teams treat them. I mean, if I'm going to have an organization run me in the ground, the least you could do is pay me. Come on. It sounds like an even trade to me. I'm sorry. If you're going to give me the ball 300-400, right at 300 times a year in a season, you got to pay me. I mean, you want me to be here for 17 weeks. You want me to take the pounding of what an NFL running back takes, and you want to pay me. But as soon as my rookie contract is up, and I have been an asset to your organization, the national narrative about a running back is that we're not going to pay you. because we got what we can get out of it. And here's the sad part about it, y'all. Here's the sad part. That national narrative is just about right. There are only just a couple of guys that are actually exceptions to the rule. And that one guy for sure is Derrick Henry. And I will argue that Christian McCaffrey may be another one. Those guys like that, they're more than their rookie contract. Plenty of production after their rookie contract. They deserve a big contract, no question. And what other choice would somebody like Tennessee have? I mean, everybody knows that the buck starts and ends with Derrick Henry. And so if Derrick Henry say, I want $16 million, Tennessee is going to get it done because he has them like that. Tony Pollard don't have the Cowboys like that. He don't. He does not. He does not have the Cowboys where all the leverage is on him. Like, you can't make it without me. Tony Pollard does not have that type of pull. There are others that I could say the same thing, but I'm just saying, as far as Dallas Cowboys, which is what our conversation is, the Cowboys there's no way that Tony Pollard has that type of power over the Dallas Cowboys. And to prove my point, all you have to do is look at the previous running back that we just had, Zeke Elliott. Last time I checked, he ain't on the Dallas Cowboy roster. They gave him the big money, and he did not live up to it, if you ask me. That's why he's not here. They ran him in the ground. Ever since his rookie year, they ran him in the ground, and then essentially just made the decision to say, hey, you ain't that good no more. Well, what else do you expect? What else do you expect? This guy, this guy just was not, he's not the same. And all of us Cowboys have said the same. Zeke's just not the same Zeke. He's not the same guy and all that kind of stuff. Well, if you run him in the ground like that, what else you expect? And then when it's time to, I guess, pay him for his service, at least that's what some folks think, he does not get paid. But in actuality, you don't get paid for your service. You get your previous service. You get paid for your projected production that you're going to have in the next contract. And so the Cowboys made a fatal mistake. He giving Zeke crazy money, and it's obvious because he's not the same guy. And I believe that the Cowboys have made organizationally, they have made a wise decision on not doing that same mistake over and over again. They're not going to do it. And so Tony Pollard this year is set up for the franchise tag, which pays him $10 million this year. $10 million for 1 year. An NFL running back who's on a contract and has no future contract. It's just now. And unless something happens, like, the deadline is just almost bypassed now. It can't make the running back feel good, especially in the case of Tony Pollard, who just came off of a broken leg, who already has been injured. We're about to find out how well he is. He hadn't taken a hit, obviously, since the playoff game against the 49ers. It's been, months. A lot of people get it twisted. Everybody thought it was his ankle. The break that he had, the projected time was 8 weeks in the first place. So we're well past that. People come back from broken legs all the time, as long as they don't rush it. However, you're playing a very physical position where people hit you in your legs. So we're going to find out extremely quickly how well Tony Pollard really is. Is he going to be ready for week one? Everybody say yes, but we don't know. I would think that he would be. The report is he's just as fast as he was. The report is that he's just as agile as he was. He hadn't lost any speed, all that kind of stuff. He may be even better than ever. But the Cowboys are not about to give a long-term deal. And think about the starting price. Well, the franchise tag is 10 right off the top. You can't go no lower than that. I mean, he's getting paid 10 right off the top. He's getting paid this year $10 million if he plays on the franchise tag, which it looks like he's gonna have to. You can't go no lower than that. So your contract offer has got to be at least, minimum 11, minimum $11 million a year. And I don't think the Cowboys are that. Well, it's obvious they're not feeling that. And I'm gonna say something real crazy. I'm gonna say two things that's kind of crazy. I wouldn't pay him that either. One thing about the running back position, and it's obvious, y'all, you can find them. It makes no difference, actually, what round you find them in the draft. It makes no difference. They produce. And and the way that the NFL is going, you want that position. You want to pay guys according to their rookie contract. That's the way the NFL is now. As far as the running back position goes, you really do want them to get paid within those first 3 to 4 years. And by that time, if they're real good, you done got the prime years right there. It's almost like a restocking. However long, if they're that good, guys like Bijan Robinson that just got drafted to the Falcons. Please understand, the Falcons are going to use him as young as he is. They're going to use him and run him into the ground these first 3 to 4 years. And when it's time for him to get paid, they ain't going to be too happy to pay him. Especially if you have an injury history. Saquon supposedly wants $15 to $16 million a year. Saquon just got healthy. Saquon done missed multiple games over the last 4 years. That's a factor in contract negotiation. Unfortunately for Tony just came off a broken leg. Trust me, Cowboys don't want to pay him anyway, and they're going to use his injury as an excuse not to pay him. What am I saying? That this very well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Cowboy fan, you may just be witnessing the last year of having Tony Pollard. It's really common sense, y'all. Tony Pollard made Pro Bowl last year as your supposedly your number 2, splitting carries with Ezekiel. He made the Pro Bowl over the number 1 running back on the team, supposedly. The depth chart said that Ezekiel was the number 1 running back. Pollard was number 2. Tony Pollard made the Pro Bowl last year as a number 2 over the number 1 running back. What you think gonna happen if Tony Pollard have another Pro Bowl season this year? Which is highly likely. Let's carry it even further. What if Tony Pollard makes an all-pro team this year? Which can happen. Does his contract proposal go down if he makes a Pro Bowl this year? Well, he really only had to make a Pro Bowl, to be honest with you. If Tony Pollard gets you another 1,000-yard season, his price tag goes up. So what I'm saying is, and I'll get into this a little bit later, but I think I hate to say it, but I think this is Tony Pollard's last year with us. I hate to say it. I hate to see him go. I hate to see him go. But I'm already predicting this. He's going to get a contract offer somewhere else next year. And I don't know if it's going to be huge, but just out of spite for the Cowboys not signing him to a long-term deal, he's going to leave. He's going to test free agency. I mean, you can't blame him. At that position there, man, look, these running backs have a shelf, maybe 3 years, three real good prime years. You know, if you get past 3 to 4 years, man, look, you're doing well, for real. Especially if you've been the guy on your team as a running back. If you get past 3-4 years, you really are doing something well. Your body primarily probably has been healthy for your career. I mean, you're really doing great if this is your body is held up like that. So the object of these guys is to get as much money as they can so they can live and not work a job for the rest of their life. You can't blame these guys for trying to get, I don't blame Saquon for trying to get $16 million a year. I don't blame nobody. If you're going to run me in the ground, pay me. Pay me. If you're going to run me in the ground, you need to pay me. For real. You really need to pay me. If you're going to just have me get beat up every week, I mean, come on now. You got to pay me. Now, I want to throw this out, and the reason why I say I got a couple question marks when it comes to Tony, though. Because, see, here's the real truth of the matter. Tony Pollard has not been ran into the ground. He's still fresh. Why is that? Because Kellen Moore didn't know how to use him. Kellen Moore didn't have this man. We were begging for Tony Pollard to get the ball. We were begging for it. He was never ran into the ground, by no means. He was never ran into the ground. And he should, for real, y'all. He really should have fresh legs. He really should. Tony Pollard has not played enough to where you can say he's been worn down. He is not. And so I believe he's fresh. He's in his 20s. He's young. He should have fresh legs. And he got plenty gas left in the tank. He hasn't been used like an Ezekiel Elliott was. Yeah, he wasn't a bell cow. We'll look at the stat line. Tony Pollard would have right at 7-8 carries. 9 carries, 10 carries. Caught 1 ball. I mean, that ain't nothing. Last year was his biggest, production year, where he got his hands on the ball a whole lot more. But even in that, when you look at it, Did he really touch the ball? I said he didn't touch the ball. He didn't touch it enough because they were so loyal to Zeke that they had to give him his touches and all that kind of stuff. This man really is fresh. And so I understand maybe a little bit, and I'm quite sure that might have come into negotiations that Tony saying, look, I'm not Josh Jacobs. I ain't had that many carries. I'm still fresh. You see what I can do with the ball with less amount of carries and less amount of catches. I still made a Pro Bowl. I'm quite sure that has come up in negotiation. But Tony, one thing we can't say is that he's worn out. And that's the slight advantage that he has. And on a personal note, or not a personal note, but as far as a team goes, that's where I think we're going to be hurting next year. Because, you know, in a perfect world, you could pay everybody. You want to pay everybody. In a perfect world, you do. It's can't. The salary cap demands that you cannot pay everybody, especially, and I'll transition here, especially when your whole team is loaded with guys who are considered, maybe the top 8 in their position. There's no way you're going to be able to pay everybody. Matter of fact, Cowboy fans, look who we got to pay. You got to pay Dak Prescott. That's not even a discussion. Dak Prescott has got to get paid, and as we all know, the quarterback is going to take a majority of the pie. You already know that. I don't understand why Dak has not been taken care of yet, so we can figure out the rest, to be honest with you. Dak Prescott has got to get paid. He must be paid. CeeDee Lamb has to be paid. Now, the wide receiver position is very much different than the running back position. No question. So CeeDee Lamb is going to end up getting, and keep in mind now, they haven't taken care of CD. You let CD get out there on the field this year and have another all-pro season. Those that don't know, CeeDee Lamb was voted second team all-pro. I didn't say Pro Bowl, all-pro, which means there was only 2 receivers that the NFL considered and the writers considered better than him last year. 2. That's it. Just 2. He was on the second team all-pro. So he's going to get paid what the Cowboys not want to pay Amari Cooper. What was that? $20+ million. CeeDee Lamb has got to be paid. Dak Prescott must be paid. CeeDee Lamb has to get paid. That's just those 2 right there. That's definitely over. I've already said, for all you Cowboy fans, I said Dak is gonna get paid just as much as Jalen Hurts did, because he's next. That's $70 million between those 2, Dak and CD. Okay. I guess this is where your argument be made, and I guess this is about your preference. But Trevon Diggs, hello. Trevon Diggs, either he gonna get paid in Dallas or he gonna get paid the same amount somewhere else. Personally speaking, I think you got to pay Trevon Diggs. You don't want to let go of a guy like this. Pro Bowl the last 2 years, all pro 1 year. Come on now. You don't find cornerbacks on trees, good cornerbacks. It just don't happen like that. You got to play Trayvon. What do you think Trayvon gonna ask for? You think he gonna be the fifth highest paid cornerback in the league? No. Trayvon is gonna be probably asking to be the top cornerback as far as being paid in the league. Okay. So who is that guy? I believe it's Jalen Ramsey, if I'm not mistaken. No, Jalen Ramsey? Y'all know how much Jalen is getting paid? Oh my God. What do you think Trayvon gonna ask for? And again, as much as people like to troll about the Cowboys when you're a hater, the truth of the matter is these guys that I'm calling out are considered to be some of the at least top 8 guys in their position. CeeDee Lamb is a top 6 wide receiver in the league. Tony Pollard is, I don't even count him because he's not going to be here. Dak Prescott, it don't make no difference what you think about him. Dak Prescott is next on the list for quarterback. We all know how that game runs. If you next, you're going to get paid. Dak Prescott is next. He's going to get paid. Trayvon Diggs has got to be a top 5 to 6 cornerback in the league. Got to be. It just really all depends on what your preference is. He has to be. See, when you get guys like this, what you think these type of dudes gonna be asking for? Guy that got multiple Pro Bowls, guy that's all pro. What you think, they gonna be trying to give a bargain? No, this is the problem. It's a great problem for the Cowboys to have, but now it's really a problem because they all coming at the same time. I ain't got the Micah Parsons. I mean, we ain't got to talk about that. Micah Parsons is gonna be the highest paid defensive player in the league history when the time comes. I'm talking Aaron Donald type money, crazy money. He's just gonna redo the whole thing. He very well may be one other than a quarterback. Micah Parsons just might be the next highest paid player in the league. That's over wide receivers. That's over offensive linemen, defensive linemen, sack guys. When Micah Parsons comes up, you best believe, other than a quarterback, Micah Parsons is going to be the most highest paid guy in the league. So these guys, and you know we got to pay him. There ain't nowhere in the world Micah Parsons leaving Dallas. No way. No way. The Cowboys know that. I feel the same way about Trayvon Diggs. So if we're and CeeDee Lamb, no Dak Prescott got to get paid. You know that's got that has to get paid. Those guys have got to get paid. So who's the one that's got to be the martyr? Who's the one that's got to suffer? Tony Pollard. Because the attitude is going to be, we can find another running back. Why you think they drafted? And I'm not saying this is the answer. I'm just saying, why do you think they went out and got? Everybody was saying we need to get a number 2. Look at all the running backs that we have now. Why do you think we got that? Why do you think we went and got a Deuce Vaughn? Why do you think we got Mr. Jones, Ronald Jones, and you got about 5 guys there? Why do you think all this has happened? All they're going to do is let Tony walk because you can't pay them all. You can't pay them all. And if they're out of that group there, and I believe it's Dylan talking here. I'm just going to put this up here. And technically speaking, this comment right here is actually right. For those that are on Podbean, what's up, Big Mo? Great show before I came on too. This is what Dylan says, and for those on Podbean, I'm going to read this. If you're on Podbean, the comment is, he says, y'all ain't paying Dak, CeeDee, Parsons, Pollard, and Diggs. I'm going to eliminate Pollard because I agree 100%. We're not going to pay Pollard. But if you just say Dak, CD, Parsons, and Diggs. Who's the next person that's gonna catch the hatchet? I'll go ahead and tell you. As much as I hate to say it, gonna be Diggs. It's not a coincidence that they're trying to groom Bland, Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright. And I mean, we know they're not as good as Diggs. We know they're not. They love Eric Scott. They love him. And of course there's going to be a corner in the draft, all that kind of stuff. Why do you think they're loading up on cornerbacks? Because what he just said is just the truth. There's nowhere in the world you're going to be able to pay these 5 guys. We got Pro Bowlers just in those 5 right there that you see on the screen. Dak, CD, Parsons, Pollard, Diggs. I know Pollard's not gonna get paid. The next one has got to be Diggs. I hate to say that too. I really do. I really do. Lord knows I don't want to see Diggs though. But you can't pay everybody. And you Cowboy fans might as well go ahead and start now. Don't get mad at Jerry. Don't get mad at Steven. In this case, it ain't really going to be about Steven being cheap. It's just that you cannot pay everybody. You can't. Not these guys. These guys are pretty much, like I said, the Cowboy haters, they haters, but they know who these guys are. They know what these guys can do. They know what Diggs can do. They know he dangerous. They know Pollard is dangerous, but somebody got to go. Cause you ain't gonna be able to pay everybody. If you do try to pay, if you pay Pollard and Diggs, you're not gonna be able to pay Parsons. They must sign Michael Parsons. It just ain't no question. Everything is leading to Michael Parsons' contract. They gotta cut the bait. They gotta cut it to save for Parsons. Jerry Jones is gonna have to write a check that he probably never thought in his life he would have to write. He's gonna have to write that. Can you imagine the signing bonus for Michael Parsons? Can you imagine? Can you just imagine what Michael Parsons, and of course they'll be able to work it out because whatever everybody knows, what you get in the signing bonus, now you can manipulate the cap. You can manipulate it. And that's probably exactly what's gonna happen with Michael Parsons. It's gonna be incredible what his signing bonus is gonna be. Talib says, is everyone on the books for the upcoming season? No. But you don't want your star players to be going into the season on their last year. That's where Pollard is, even though he's on franchise. Get a franchise tag, guess what? That's it. 1 year. And on a mental note, before I leave, go back to this. Can you imagine how Pollard, it got to do something to you mentally a little bit to know that if you get hurt again, you possibly are messing yourself up for the next team. And there's no security there. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? It don't do well. It don't do well on any player's mind that there really are at any moment. You get an ACL tear. You get another broken leg. You get a hamstring pull that's lingering the whole season. You tear up a quadricep. You do all these kind of shoulder. You get a separated shoulder. Anything, and you don't have you don't have no security. It's unbelievable. Hey, Tav, what's up, brother? I see you. This is what Tony is getting ready to go into. I'm serious. I don't see us paying all these guys. I want to, because I know that we're a better football team right here with this comment that the Rider Sports Network put up. If we keep these guys, we're a dynamic football team. But I'm just here to tell you, I don't believe, because I know what their attitude is, because they paid the price paying Zeke like that. They're not going to make that mistake again. They're not. The franchise tag is $10 million. You're not, look, Tony is not taking less than that. That's not what's going to happen. He's going to want to get paid. It is what it is. And the sooner that we kind of figure that out, the better we're going to be. Now, I'm going to say it again, y'all. I'm going to say it again. They're not going to pay everybody. The next one on the list, well, what's up, CJ Browns in my pocket? What's up, man? My brother's in there. Let me tell you something. The next one that's on the list, if I say Pollard is not going to be there next year, because, you know, somebody will say, you know, I see Tavis said another franchise tag. Well, I don't know what that projected franchise tag will be, but it's going to probably be higher because Saquon is going to get his. You see what I'm saying? Saquon is going to get it. He got the Giants. He has the Giants by the throat. Y'all forgive me for saying that when y'all understand what I'm saying. I believe he has them by the throat, and he's going to get his. But the next one on that list, though, if it's Dak, who will be paid, no question. CeeDee Lamb has to get paid. Michael Parsons, sure enough, got to get paid. That obviously means that the next one has got to be Trayvon Diggs. Because Trayvon is going to want to be probably one of the highest paid cornerbacks, if not the highest, when his time come up and his resume demands that he gets it. They ain't gonna want to pay that. They let Byron Jones go. Y'all remember that, right? When Byron had just made an all-pro team, he made y'all may not remember that, but Byron Jones, in his last year, that's why he got that gigantic contract from Miami, is because he left Dallas as a first-team all-pro. And somebody gonna say, he ain't had no interceptions, no, but he was considered to be the best cover cornerback in the entire league. Nobody caught anything on him. Nobody. He was first team all-pro. And then he went to Miami and signed that gigantic contract, and you ain't heard nothing pretty much. Nothing. Diggs has been a first team all-pro and 2 years in a row in the Pro Bowl. What you think he gonna do this year? If he just make another Pro Bowl, when it come to negotiation time, Diggs is gonna sit at that table and say, other than my rookie year, and I had a pretty good rookie year, other than my rookie year, I've been at least a Pro Bowler every year. I'm considered one of the best. I've been an all-pro. And I'm just getting, and this is all in my rookie contract. What you think I'm gonna be in the next 3-4 years? That's what Diggs is gonna say. And he gonna have a great case to say I should be the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Don't care nothing about Jalen Ramsey. Don't care nothing about Sauce is gonna say the same thing in a couple years too. These type of dudes you don't grow off trees. You know, Surtain and all these guys. You don't find guys like this. See what I'm saying? I just believe, and JD, I see you there. JD, this is the reason I just said they heard before you came on. That's the very reason why they got all these quarterbacks now. Because I really believe they already know. They already know. They already know. They know. They know that they ain't gonna be able to afford these. That's why they hoping Bland have another great year. That's why I agree with you that Izzy come through. There's even hope for that Nashawn Wright and Kelvin Joseph step up even more. And they love this kid, Eric Scott. I'm just saying, I just don't see it. What you say, Cedric? Cedric says that Dalvin Cook getting released, unfortunately, reset the running back market again. If Tony gets tagged again, he's going to be way too expensive. Exactly. Well, but it ain't Dalvin that's going to reset it. See, Dalvin is just sitting back in the cut. He waiting. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm quite sure, at least if I was his agent, if I was Dalvin Cook's agent, I would tell Dalvin, we're not doing anything until Saquon Barkley signs. You don't need training camp. You don't need. Look, you know you good. You're a very smart individual. You'll be able to pick up the playbook, easy. We ain't got time for that. We're going to, because Saquon is going to set the mark, and then everybody else going to follow. That's the way that I see it happen. That's why Saquon is just sitting back. He probably would want Dalvin Cook to sign first, just to see where everything is. Because wherever Dalvin Cook signs for, Saquon's gonna say, okay, well, I'm at least $2-3 million more than that. I mean, come on. See, Saquon is gonna reset the market. Well, whoever signed first, or if he signed first, it's gonna be crazy. Rider Sports Network says, call it what you want, Diggs ain't on my top 10 cornerback list. Well, there's been a lot of lists that don't have him there, but there's plenty of them that say he is. If you don't have him on your top 10 cornerback list, you're in the minority. Most publications have him as a top 10 cornerback. No question. There ain't even thought. This dude is the truth. He's the truth. And he's that valuable to the Cowboys this year. And I think you're going to see one of his better years this year just because he's on the other side of it. But Gilmore there, somebody going to try Diggs this year, and usually you're going to pay the price. It's going to happen. Exactly. It's going to happen. And if he has another Pro Bowl year, when he gets to that negotiation table, all he's going to say is, here's my first couple years. This is what I did. What's up? What's up? Huh? What's up? I've been to multiple Pro Bowls. I'm all pro cornerback. What's up? I mean, this ain't it. It's either you gonna pay me or somebody else will. Or somebody will pay Diggs. You don't want him to go to free agent market. You don't want him to go. Because you already know what's gonna happen. You don't want him to go to the free agent market. Not Diggs. So if you ask me, I hate it as a Cowboy fan. I hate it as a Cowboy fan. But I really do see Pollard leaving after this year. I see it. I really do. And then I see possibly Diggs being the next one. Just can't pay everybody, y'all. I know Cowboy fan gonna be mad. Why, Jerry? Why? Why, Jerry? Why? Why? Because the cap. The cap. And these guys, let me go back to the thing. Let me go back to this. It's really simple. We have a real good problem. We have a real good problem, y'all. These guys, right, these guys that I'm talking about, trying to find it. Here it is. Again, This is when the rider said, look at these guys. I'm excluding Dak because whatever you feel about Dak, it really makes no difference because we all know how the quarterback market is. The quarterback market says whoever is next, they're going to get paid. They're probably going to be one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the league. Joe Burrow's coming up. We already know what's getting ready to happen. Justin Herbert is coming up. Guess what? You already know what's getting ready to happen. Trevor Lawrence. Don't make no difference where you got him ranked. Trevor Lawrence is coming up. Guess what's getting ready to happen? He's getting ready to get paid. Dak Prescott is up again. Guess what? He's going to get paid majorly. Jalen Hurts just is the highest paid quarterback in the league, over $50 million. What the world you think Joe Burrow for to get then? If Jalen Hurts is getting paid over $50 million, what you think Justin Herbert is about to get? And yes, if Jalen Hurts is getting paid $50 million, what you think Dak Prescott about to get then? Jalen Hurts just playing well last year. Hello. 1 year. 1 year. Really, one big year. One big year. And he got 52. Because you're paying off projections. And you just figuring that Jalen Hurts is going to be that dude. But you believe in him so much that you made him the highest paid quarterback in the league. What in the world you think Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence about to say when they go to negotiation table? Dak Prescott going to say, well, Jalen has been to the Super Bowl, but that's 1 year. He ain't done nothing other than that. 1 year. 1 year. Here's my resume. Y'all see them 4,000 yard passing yards? Okay. Y'all see them over 30 touchdowns? Oh, okay. And then Dak is going to be in a unique position. The unique position going to be like, what other alternative do you have? He going to be just like Tony Romo was when Tony got paid. What other choice do you have? Ain't nobody in the draft worth talking about other than Caleb Williams. I don't know about all the rest of them guys. I mean, you're not about to turn the keys over to a rookie. In Dallas, Texas, you're not getting ready to turn the keys over. Okay, you got free agent. So if you're really getting a real free agent as a quarterback, you're not getting anybody that's less than that. You want to get somebody who's better than that. Well, then if you're getting somebody better than that, then you're talking about some of the top tier quarterbacks. If you had a problem paying Dak, you're going to have a bigger problem paying the guy that's coming for him because you want to do an upgrade. Give me a break. It's just that simple. Dak Prescott is about to get paid tremendously. So there ain't no question about that. CD is about to get $20 million a year. That's about to happen. And Lord Jesus, I'm almost scared to see what Michael Parsons is going to get paid. Oh my God. It ain't going to be whatever Michael Parsons say he wants. Jerry Jones is getting ready to write the check because you have to pay him. And you can't pay everybody. Pollard, I love him. He's right here from my hometown, right here in Memphis. Been watching him since he was with Memphis. I hate to see him go. I do. I don't want him to go. But I got a feeling he's gone after this season. I really do. I don't think that I just don't see it. And here's another one. You see, the Rider Sports put this up here, and nobody pretty much not going to argue. A lot of people won't argue with that. Say your top five, and they might put Lamar out or whatever. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, it don't make no difference who anybody's top 5 is. Whoever's next to get paid, they are going to get paid as a quarterback. It's been proven. It's been proven for years. Whoever is next, they probably gonna be the highest paid quarterback in the league. It's just unbelievable. Kyle says this, and what Kyle just said is the truth. That Hurts is young and has made it to a Super Bowl. I think his situation is different than Dak. Why Dak hasn't been to an NFC title game. That's the truth. You know, however way you want to look at it, it's the truth. But what I'm saying is it don't make no difference if it's true or not. Dak Prescott is going to get $50+ million. It's just the truth. But let's watch this. Watch. Keep it coming. It just depends on what side of the track you're on. I got to see more than 1 year from Jalen Hurts. I'm not in the moment type of dude. I can't give him the credit yet. You do it 2 years in a row, we'll have a discussion. But I can't do it. Let me tell you something. I don't care nothing about that. Even if that is true, Hurts is greater than that. If that is what you feel, I'm not even gonna argue with you. Guess what's getting ready to happen when Dak Prescott contract negotiating gonna happen? You can flip that around. Dak is gonna be greater than Jalen Hurts as far as money goes. That's what's getting ready to happen. See, it don't make no difference, you know. They're gonna go up to the table, and even though it ain't on the field, they're gonna say, Dak Prescott, look what he means to this team. Look what he means to this franchise. Look what he means to the NFL. He was the NFL Man of the Year. They're going to say all that's going to be included. Even though I personally could care less about that, even though it's a great accomplishment. But football, what you do on the field, that's what, you know, means. All this stuff, all of this is going to be factored into the contract negotiation. And when it's time for Dak to get paid, he is going to get paid more than Jalen Hurts. There's no question on that. Joe Burrow is going to get paid more than Jalen Hurts. Justin Herbert ain't done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other than saying he got a great arm. They're going to pay him like he done won 4 Super Bowls. Because the Chargers will have no choice. He got paid, James, but the problem is that he's back up for it. It's his last year on that deal when he got paid. He's going to get paid again. He's going to get paid again. What other choice, Kyle? What other choice do you got? I mean, if you're gonna tell me it's rebuilding time, I mean, if that's the argument, then I really can't argue that. If you're telling me that, okay, we had our window, the window is closed now, you know, we pretty much know what we have with Dak, and we really don't want to commit the next 5 to 6 years with Dak. We're not really interested in him retiring as a Cowboy. Then I get it. Then if that's the way you feel, then no, you don't pay him. But we all know how this goes. Quarterback don't grow. I mean, they don't grow on trees. He's gonna be here for a while. I don't. If I were running the Cowboys, would I do it? Yeah. Just from that simple fact, the quarterbacks don't grow on trees. Even wherever you got Dak on your list as top quarterbacks in the league, if you got him in your top 12, You can win. Is no question. It's no question. It's no question. Of course, you got to have some other things right. There are only a few guys that, are crazy exceptions to the rule. There are just only a few guys. Y'all forgive me, I've got a little text here. So, Kyle says, then you believe he can be the starting quarterback of the Super Bowl winning team? Oh, yeah. You just got to have other things in place. I've already been on record saying that I really do believe that my defense this year is going to be a top 3 defense. And I don't have no reason not to think that. I believe my defense is going to be a top 3 defense. If my defense is a top 3 defense, and I really believe that my offense is going to be a top 10 offense. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that if I got a top 10 offense and I got a top 5 defense, we're going to win a whole lot of football games. Yes, you can win the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. Dak just can't be the MVP of your team. See, Patrick Mahomes, the way that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win is only if he's the MVP of the team. Joe Burrow, only if he's the MVP of the team. Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to win if Aaron Rodgers is not the name. Dak Prescott don't have to be the name. That we have had Super Bowl winning teams where the quarterback wasn't the guy. That's the formula for the Cowboys. A lot of people trying to make Dak Prescott the guy. He don't have to be the MVP of this team to win. He don't have to be. Let him be let him be good. Okay? Let Dak be good with moments of greatness. I don't know if I said that right, but that's what I'm thinking. That when the time comes for him to have some great moments, and Dak has had those, that's when he needs to be great. Patrick Mahomes had to be great every week. That ain't Dak Prescott. Burrow have an off game, guess what? Cincinnati loses. Mahomes have an off game, Kansas City loses. Y'all don't, Dak Prescott does not have to be the NFC player of the month. It don't have to be. It don't have to be. And that's where a lot of mistaken identity comes into play. Because everybody is trying to make, he's not a top 5 quarterback. He's not a top, he don't supposed to be. You don't. When he came in the league, he wasn't supposed to be. He had Ezekiel Elliott and a dominant offensive line. The media has made Dak Prescott the MVP of the league. The media has. The media has made Dak Prescott something that really we shouldn't be subscribing to. That's why y'all see him on ESPN every day. Y'all notice on Get Up every morning, there's always a section about the Cowboys. Can Dak lead the Cowboys to the NFC Championship? Does Dak have to do? It ain't about Dak. The strongest point, look, when I say the Kansas City Chiefs, what is the strongest point of part of the Kansas City Chiefs? Automatically, Mahomes. What is the strongest part of the bank? Joe Burrow. When you say what is the strongest point of the Dallas Cowboys, it's the defense. When I say position groups on the Dallas Cowboys, what are we saying? Number one, defense. The next strongest group on the Dallas Cowboys is the wide receivers. Those your top two. Number three, defensive line. Then maybe Dak Prescott. Some of y'all ain't gonna like that, but it's just the truth. Dak Prescott is not the number one option on this team. Now at the same time, in fairness to Dak, the ship don't run without him. See, that's where it balances off. This ain't Cooper Rush team. It's not Cooper Rush team. It ain't gonna run it smooth. You probably can win some games as they did last year, but make no mistake about it. Dak is the driver you want driving the car. But at the same time, he ain't the only driver. You let this defense do what I think he can do. If they do what I think they're gonna do this year, you're gonna be saying the same thing I'm saying. The defense is gonna carry this team this year. And keep in mind, no matter what y'all feel about that Prescott was putting up 30 points consistently. That offense was the number one offense in the league. And I can't stand Kellen Moore. But the facts are that the offense was the number one offense in the league multiple times. So it ain't like Dak Prescott wasn't scoring and wasn't slinging it around. I mean, you don't beat the number one offense in the league with a ridiculous sorry quarterback. It just don't work like that. And y'all know it. So let's not I know some of y'all are Cowboy haters, but the facts speak for itself. Number one offense in the league multiple times. Gotta have a quarterback for that. Just saying, it's just the truth. And that's why we got to pay him. If you tell me again that it's rebuilding time, then that's a whole different discussion. It really is. It's a total different discussion. If you're telling me that okay, you know, we got all we can get out of this thing. We got all what we can get out. It's time for us to go. If you're telling me that, then it's time for discussion. But make no mistake about it, that this season right here, this season right here, it's all in. They know they got to do something this year. If they don't pull it off this year, it's hey, this roster is too good. The roster is too good. Dominant players. Guys that are considered to be some of the best at their position. This is a pretty good team this year. And I'm saying that before it even gets started. Because I already know what's about to happen. Especially defensively. I know what's about to happen. I know what's about to happen. Defensively. I think the offense is going to do just as well. I'm just saying. And let me throw this in. I ain't put this on here. I'm quite sure some of you have seen it already. Because see, some of y'all done got fooled from last year. That's why why the national media and everything else, y'all had like Dak Prescott is Josh Allen or somebody. Dak Prescott is not he had 1 year of a bad, coming off an injury, had a bad turnover season last year. But that's really not Dak Prescott. That's not Dak Prescott. He ain't never been like that. That's why it shocked everybody. Man, he got all them interceptions. That's because that's not what he do. Dak Prescott done got so ticked off that he said something today. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. He got so ticked off today that he said he's not even gonna have 10 interceptions this year. He said, that's not me. That's not how I roll. Dak Prescott had already put it out there. I'm not gonna even have 10 interceptions this year. And ladies and gentlemen, as I get ready to exit stage left, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. Because usually that's how Dak Prescott really is. If he does not have those type of interceptions, whether it's his fault, somebody else's fault, however way you want to call it. If he does not have these type of turnovers, Cowboys are going to go a long way this year. And look, y'all know me. I'm about the realest Cowboy fan it is. I'm not telling you. I just see a defense that's hungry and that's going to knock folks' head off this year. I see so many turnovers coming. I see so many sacks coming. I see us stopping the run better than we have in the last 3 to 4 years. I see Micah Parsons this year possibly being the NFL Defensive Player of the Year this year. I can see it. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I can see this team dominant on defense. And we all know what a team that's dominant on defense can do. And you ain't had to have an offense. Shoot, the Baltimore Ravens or the Ray Lewis days, the Baltimore Ravens didn't have no offense. They just had a stuffing, just a stifling tight defense. See what that guy did? They put a banner up on the wall. See what I'm saying right here? See, this just spurred the moment type stuff right here. See, this is the disrespect that a lot of people lost their mind over. Read that comment right there. The NBC Sports latest QB ratings. Y'all check this out, Podbean. You can't see it, but listen what it says. Dak Prescott was ranked 13th, and Daniel Jones was ranked number 11. You can see that. That's where this is where the ridiculousness come in. See, I don't even have to address that. It's just amazing to me. Y'all see that? Daniel Jones is ranked higher than Dak Prescott. Really? I'm just see all this gonna change just in a few more months, just about another month and a half. I'm already on record. Daniel Jones he first on the list. We going down to New York, and I'm already putting it out there. I don't even think the game gonna be close. I'm already putting it out there. Now, of course, if you tell me who my injuries are, let me see who gonna line up in week 1 first. Let me see who gonna line up. If them guys, if it's what I think, hopefully our guys are pretty much healthy after training camp. If the guys are there, I promise you, we are gonna beat the New York Giants' brains out. In New York. I ain't gonna say that about next game, play the Jets and all that. I have to see, I got to see some things. But the New York Giants, they don't belong. We'll see how Daniel Jones do against my defense. Some of y'all already know how that's gonna turn out. Just get ready. All right. I'm done, but really to sum it all up again, you can't pay everybody. You can't pay everybody. The salary cap demand that you cannot pay everybody. So there's going to be some casualties. We are going to end up letting go of some real big-time players in the next couple of years. It starts with the foundation of Tony Pollard going to have to play on this franchise tag and not getting a long-term deal, which, I mean, honestly, y'all, you really can't blame the Jones family. You really can't. I say I already know in the next few days, especially after today, since he didn't sign the long-term deal, you're going to have to play on the franchise tag. The group chats are going to be crazy. They're going to be crucifying Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. But really, y'all, running backs, I mean, seriously. Running backs not getting paid after their rookie contract, y'all. Is only one exception, and I believe number 2 is coming up, and that's going to be Saquon. I believe Saquon is going, and I don't know. Drake deadline is past. This, and somebody help me because I've been on the show while the deadline was going on. Did Saquon get paid? Somebody help me. I really don't know. All right, let me look at my phone. Look at my phone. Did Saquon Barkley get paid? Because I believe he's going to be the one that. No, he said no, he don't think he did. I'll be able to tell on my phone in just a second. Nope, he's sitting out. Somebody said Saquon and John couldn't agree on a number less than $2 million apart from each other. Okay, so it just goes to show that a team that knows they need a guy like Saquon Barkley, and they didn't get it done. See what I'm saying? There it is, JD. I don't know how accurate this is, but this is what he said. He said they offered him 2 years, $26 million. That's $13 million a year, and he turned it down. Saquon wanted 16, if I'm not mistaken. So, right there. The running backs are not getting paid. So got the main 2 are probably going to sit out. Dalvin Cook and Saquon. You may not see them till week 1. If you see them. If you see them. If you see them. If you see Saquon, that's if you see him against the Cowboys. Because there ain't going to be no training camp. Cleve said, no, he did not. I'm here in New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, here we are. So don't get mad at the Jones family, everybody, for not paying Tony Pollard. It's just the way that the NFL rolls out. As good as Tony Pollard is, nobody is paying running backs. I mean, let me tell you what, I believe this is my guy Dylan says. I haven't heard that. I wouldn't say that that number is accurate, but I'll double check tonight. Saquon ain't selling for a little petty 2-year deal. See what I'm saying? And you can't blame Saquon. You can't blame him. Yeah. I mean, look. I ain't brought up him, but Josh Jacobs, who the Raiders know they got to have. He didn't get paid either. He didn't get it. I mean, this is where it is now. There's only one guy that got paid, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, that's it. No choice but to pay him. No choice. None. Not even a thought. Just get it done. Because Derrick has showed past his rookie year that he's still that same dude. He's still a bell cow. You still give him the ball 25 plus times a game. he's still gonna probably lead the league in rushing. I mean, this guy is different. But how many different dudes are like Derrick Henry? Not many. See what I'm saying? Huh? I'm reading some of these comments that I don't know how accurate they are. That he says Giants laid that offer on the table, told Saquon that if he didn't accept it before the franchise tag, they were pulling the offer off the table. Well, that's definitely the wrong way to approach him. If that's the case, that's not the way you want to talk to Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? So again, I hate it for Pollard. And I agree with you, Lee Harrison. We need him. Hey, we need him past this year because he makes the offense click. He's going to play on that franchise tag. But like I said earlier in the show, when you playing on a franchise tag and you one injury away, there's no security. None. You get hurt this year, the team that you sign with next year or the same team again that you're playing with now, they're going to use that injury against you. They're going to say you're injury prone. So guess what? That takes off money. Pollard just about got to play whenever he gets in. Pollard is going to have to play an injury-free year for him to even have a stand on for a contract, because if he gets injured, they're going to use it against him. Whatever team it is, they're going to say, last 2 years, you ain't been on the field. You hurt. It's the way that it is. I hate it for him. Really don't want him to see him go, but I really do feel that we're going to be witnessing the last year of Tony Pollard on our football team. The Cowboys, that is. I got a feeling that this is going to be the last year. And I hate it. Because I want to see the Cowboys be in the consistent hunt as one of these teams that got a shot. And everybody know it. That's what I want. I think the Cowboys got a shot this year. And I know somebody gonna say, well, the Cowboy fans say the same thing every year. I ain't talking about it. I ain't been one to say that. I'm a different Cowboy. I'll tell you when I know we got a shot. We got a shot this year. We got a shot this year. It's no question in my mind. And here's a point right here. All right, check this out. Great point, Kyle. Kyle just hit it. He said the Bengals made it known that they want to keep them all them wide receivers with Burrow. Okay, Chase is coming up too. T. Higgins, those guys. And so because of it, they told Mixon he would have to sacrifice if he wants to stay around. Well, you can't go to too many running backs saying that. It ain't too many running backs going to do what Joe Mixon did. He took it. He getting paid, I think, $8 million. Kyle, correct me if I'm not wrong. I think he getting paid $8 million a year, so he went under what he was originally getting paid. Ain't too many running backs for to do that. No, they tell me about Mixon. Mixon want to win. But remember what I said. I'm not saying because I say he want to win, that don't mean I'm taking a knock against guys who want their money. Because the running back position, their shelf life is only so much. You better get paid as much as you got that you can, so you don't have to go get a job somewhere later on. That's really what it boiled down to. These guys for their 3-year shelf life or their prime or second contract in that 6 to 7 year gap, your job as a player and as your agent is to make sure you get as much money as possible, because you don't want to be working at Walmart later on. Your investments got to be right. You got to have, because you don't want to be working. You ain't got that long. There ain't too many Derrick Henrys in the world. It ain't that many Derrick Henrys. Look at this mess, man. Look at this. Thank you, Dylan. Look at this. Look at all these Pro Bowls that's right here. Look at just these 4. Throw in Josh. Josh is signed, but Josh wants his money for long term. He don't want to go into the last year of his contract making, whatever money that he's making. He wants to get paid because the Raiders ran Josh Jacobs into the ground last year. You can't just run me in the ground for free, which is what they gonna do. Y'all remember when DeMarco Murray was here? You remember that incredible year he had, 1,800 yards, all that kind of stuff? Soon as he got through and went to Philadelphia, he wasn't no good. Tires just as flat. It was no good. Yeah, you better get paid because the team will take advantage. Look what happened to Zeke. Just look. Compare his rookie year to where he is right now. Look what happened to Zeke. Ain't nobody gonna sign Zeke to no $10, $11 million contract. Zeke gonna get paid right in between probably, 7 to 8. Maybe. And what Zeke, let's listen to me. What Zeke and Dalvin Cook are waiting on, unfortunately, you hate to say this, but let's just be realistic. They waiting on the running back to get hurt. They are. Because their value will go right back up there. You let a starting running back go down in training camp and or preseason, please understand that the first calls that's going to be made is going to be to one of these 4 guys that you see right here. And their value will go up because they will be in the driver's seat saying, well, you need me, so, I know what you want to pay me, but you need me now, so you got to go on, press up that offer a little bit for me. That's what they're waiting on. They ain't gonna get nothing now. The interest ain't there. They'll and especially since Barkley didn't do the deal today. That means we just waiting. The Giants, I believe, are going to eventually get it done because they know they can't make it without this dude. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid. And you don't know the financial situations of some of these guys. Some of these guys can't afford to take a year off. Some of these guys can't afford to take a year off. They can't. They can't afford to. It's amazing. All right, I'm done. I done argued my case long enough. I don't want to keep going. I got time for... wait a minute, don't call yet. Let me. Thank you for my producer there. I see it now. Let me, that Barkley did not make the deal. Let me make sure I got the phone line ready. And I do. All right, I got time, maybe about 1 or 2 calls. That's about it. You can go ahead and call in now. 901-654 is right there on the screen for you. On the ticker there, 901-654-6853. You can go ahead and call in now. If not, I'll get off here and we can go ahead and get ready to go to bed. Some of y'all got to go to work in the morning. Start getting prepared for it. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with me on tonight. Don't be mad at the Jones family, y'all. Don't be mad. It's just the way that it is now. As good as Pollard is, and we all know he makes this offense pop. We know that. You just can't do it. There's some hard decisions that got to be made. This is one of them. You can't do it. You can't. You just can't. You can't do that. You got other stuff that got to be done. I hate it for Tony. I really do. And being a Memphis kid, and I live right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Being a Memphis kid, he went to the University of Memphis. I watched him. Love the kid. Always gave is all hard player, electric type player. Good things happen when this dude touched the football. We know that now. We know what he's capable of. We know it. I hate it for him. But this is the cruel side of the NFL where they always say business is business. This is a casualty of the salary cap that I feel like is going to happen after this season. But they had to sign a quarterback though, Greg. The NFL, the way things go now, the NFL demands that you pay your quarterback. The comment, if you're on Podbean, the comment is the Giants made a mistake when they signed Daniel Jones instead of Barkley. If the Giants would have signed Carr instead of Jones, they would have signed Barkley. They that's that loyalty to that pick. That's that loyalty to that first round pick that they had. They ain't gonna give up on him. He had a pretty decent year last year, but it wasn't because of him. It was because of the threat of Saquon Barkley. That's the reason why he got paid. And Daniel Jones ran the ball a whole lot too, but Daniel Jones don't scare you. His legs scare you more than his arm. Want him to throw. So it is. All right, nobody's called in. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Those that were on Podbean, thanks for all of you that were in the chat. Y'all kept it going tonight. I appreciate all of you on that. I will be with you on listen. If you follow the Big Time Show, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, I'm going to share a video this Thursday. All roads lead to this Thursday night. I am going to be on a show where I am the official host of the Guys Empire. The show setup is that I will be the host, and I have four guys. There will be four guys that will be debating topics all around basketball, football, and may even be baseball. I don't know yet. They're going to be debating topics. I'm the host. I'm going to be in rare form acting the fool. I'm going to let these guys debate and all that. And in between the debate, I'll be my regular self. But last show, there were over at least, it's been over at least, I think, 1,200 views of the show. We had a pretty good live. There was a pretty good live show there. Was there a lot of people on. I hope that some of you guys will join me on Thursday just to see how it rolls. And there's debate. If you can jump in and debate in the chat if you want to. But if you want to come, y'all come and hang with me for this little new adventure. I'm like Steve Harvey. I'm the host guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like family. I'm the guider of the show. So it's gonna be fun. I'll be hanging with you guys on this Thursday. Now, as far as my show, the Big Time Show, I will see you guys this Saturday at 3 o'clock. This Saturday at 3 o'clock. If anything pop off, of course, something crazy, I'm coming, the same day with it. So unless if the Cowboys stay quiet, I'll stay quiet until Saturday. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with your boy. We'll see you Saturday, 3 o'clock. Y'all know how I get down, so I need some hand clap emojis. I already see it on Podbean. I see it going, and so I only have to ask that crew over there about what's going on. They know what's coming. Y'all should know by now what's coming. Y'all know how I do it. I groove my way in and I groove my way out of here. And that's what we're getting ready to do right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show. Woo! Now put your hands on it. Let's go.